today's film school for F-wits is movies with one-word titles. And I've got 5 films with one-word titles that are grouse. Number 1, Fargo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota car salesman Jerry Lundegaard's inept crime falls apart due to his henchmen's bungling and persistent police work of the quite pregnant Marge Gunderson. 1996 released, Coen Brothers film. It is incredible. Warren H. Macy and Frances McDormand are unbelievably
Steve
good
Buscemi.
in this. Steve Buscemi is incredible
awesome
in this movie.
Yeah.
God. But it's the bit parts. It's when she meets. It's
the husband. When she comes home to her husband.
Yeah, the husband, and
Frances
also
McDormand's husband.
and also the guy that she has dinner with, the Chinese guy.
The Chinese guy. Yeah.
That she has dinner with is so lonely. I'm so lonely, Marge.
And
so
then he
lonely.
just jumps around the table and puts his arm around her.
And she's like 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, there's some really awkward scenes. What about when William H. Macy just leaves the cops in his office?
Oh, God.
And just drives off.
Just drives off. And then the wood chipper scene. Like, it's just...
Oh, that's brutal.
Iconic film. Damo, you're looking here. How many times have you seen Fargo?
Once.
There we go. Okay, number 2, Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood, 1992, Western. Really responsible for bringing the Western back, I think. It had been a long-lost art, maybe only Young Guns and...
Silverado,
Young Guns 2, really. But this one won the Best Picture. The 3 leads in this movie are incredible. Clint Eastwood is standard Eastwood, but Gene Hackman is just amazing as the sheriff.
Gene Hackman is one of those actors that doesn't make a bad movie. He's such a good... He was always one of my favourite actors growing up. He's so good in Unforgiven.
Mate, him as Little Bill is just... It's one of his greatest roles.
Yep.
What a cast, though. You got Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, Richard Harris.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? 4 of the best actors that have ever lived, right? And it's so methodical. The plot is just so perfectly executed, and him then having to get back on the drink to avenge not only the women or the woman, but Morgan Freeman is just far out. Love it.
It won Academy Awards.
Won Best Picture.
Yeah, it did.
Won
Yeah,
Best Picture.
Just classic Western Clint, right?
Mate.
He just is so good.
Very, very good. Number 3. We're going back in time. Going back in the time machine. 1960. Psycho.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock's
Norman Bates.
masterpiece. The first real serial killer movie. Really. Loosely based on Ed Gein, the serial killer in the States. Everyone would know the history of Psycho, that Hitchcock essentially bought every copy of the book so that it couldn't be...
So people had to go and see the movie?
People had to go see the movie. Nothing like it had been done before.
No.
Obviously, secretary embezzles $40,000 from a boss. She's on the run. She checks into the wrong hotel, and she meets Norman Bates and his mother.
Yep.
Who are the same person.
Yep.
And that's the last she sees. Iconic.
Even that scene in the shower, like it's just the way it's set up. I mean, it's not scary by today's standards, but it is by the tenseness that they bring into it and the drama and
the noise, the score,
anticipation.
Score.
It just is so. I watched that a little while ago, like a couple of years ago. It was such a good movie to watch.
Brilliant.
But I think
so good.
I don't know if there would have been too many shower scenes back then, and I don't think
there wouldn't have
full
been.
on knives, blood. But that score is as iconic as Jaws.
People were passing out. People were vomiting.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. Great movie to watch, actually, is Anthony Hopkins' Hitchcock, which is essentially the making of Psycho. Incredible. Obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis's mum, Janet Leigh, gets murdered within the first 30 minutes of the movie, which had never happened before. Happens a bit now, where the lead actress can get knocked off pretty early, but cracking movie. Number 4, 1988's Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
And I thought we'd mention this because Beetlejuice 2 has just been greenlit.
Really?
Yeah, so they're going to be doing a sequel. They're going to bring back Michael Keaton.
Gina?
No, Baldwin and Gina aren't coming back.
Okay.
Which is probably not a bad thing because obviously Baldwin
will
is...
probably shoot someone.
Well, he just might. He just might. No weapons on set. They've been banned.
Right.
But a great, funny movie. I introduced this to Belle a couple of years ago. She loved it. obviously the spirits of a deceased couple harassed by an unbearable family, which are hilarious. Winona Ryder plays the daughter, who then essentially evokes Beetlejuice.
She's a bit of a Wednesday Addams.
She's exactly like Wednesday Addams. And you know what's funny is that Wednesday Addams, Jenna Ortega from the new Wednesday show, is cast in Beetlejuice too.
Oh, is she? Yeah. Right, she'd be perfect in it.
Very good. She's great. That Wednesday, that's a really good show.
I loved it.
Really enjoyed it.
I really liked it too. I really like Jenna Ortega. I loved her face.
She's so small.
She's a midget, yeah.
She is so small.
But she didn't blink, and her eyes are
excellent.
just spectacular, and her face, shape is just really cool.
Yeah. Okay, last one. 1986's Platoon.
Yeah, God, that's a good movie.
Is this the quintessential Vietnam film? There have been some great ones. Oliver Stone's almost autobiographical story. Charlie Sheen as Chris Taylor finds himself caught in a battle between two sergeants, the good and the bad, Barnes and
Green Goblin.
Elias. Barnes and Elias. Yeah,
it's Barnes and Elias.
Yeah, William Dafoe.
Barnes and Elias. It's sort of like you have to pick a side.
Well, you couldn't pick.
No.
Mate, who'd be on Barnes' side with bloody Dylan and Bunny or whatever? Yeah,
Bunny.
I couldn't stand them. I know, and that's what I just hated them.
Yeah. They were bad.
I found it a bit too disturbing, this movie. I didn't really enjoy it that much because of the fact that they were such a dickhead.
I love this movie. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's hard watch.
It is
It's
hard.
a hard watch.
It's too hard.
But, just a great, great film. So, look, there's 5 single-word title films that are grouse.